Hello, my fellow Cowboys fans, and welcome to this edition of Cowboys Imperial Report. I am the Emperor Marcus Aurelius Maximus, and on today's show we're going to talk to Cowboys Atlanta 70 about the Cowboys matchup against the Seahawks this Thanksgiving 3:30 Cowboys Standard Time on Fox. Be here after the break. The CNS Cowboys Imperial Report and Clint Longley would like to wish the Redskins a happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays. What do the Cowboys have to do in order to win this game?
Well, the way the season's starting to line up now, I think we need to keep the same scheme that's got. When we execute properly, the running game is going really well. But if by chance Seattle has the tendency to shut down the running game, I think we figured out a few things right now to get involved in the offense, and that'll open things up for us. I really don't think they can handle us offensively, and I think the defense is particularly starting to find their strength and start to take hold of the game.
How's Kosher and Jenkins' injuries, how are they going to affect both sides of the ball?
Well, offensively, we definitely miss Kosher when he's not on the line. It seemed like our replacement on Sunday, yesterday, did fairly well in terms of execution. Romo got a little bit of pressure in that second half, but not a lot, which is key to the offense. As long as Tony has the opportunity to make plays and scramble around in the backfield to create some space, I think we'll be okay. Jenkins, on the other hand, he's hot and cold. I think if they just stay steady in the secondary and just make sure we don't break down in coverage, we won't miss him too much.
Holmgren and the Seahawks have won 3 out of the last 4 games against Dallas, including that playoff loss. So is Mike Holmgren's coaching going to be a factor against the Cowboys?
He has that way to scheme against the team. The knowledge that he's had ever since he came into the league, particularly with his system with San Francisco and then his years at Green Bay. He seems to be able to dial up the right schemes to shut us down. I don't think he has the manpower to work against us this time, though.
All right, now Julius Jones grew up in your neck of the woods there. How weird is it to see Julius Jones, who was a Cowboy, playing for the enemy?
It's going to be a little odd. I want him to do well as right. I want us to beat the crap out of people. That's the bottom line. I wouldn't mind seeing him maybe touchdown just to make sure that he sees, so to speak. But it'll be odd. Like I said, I watched him grow up all the way through his little league years in football, and he's a good kid. Both are great men, and you got a feel for him right now. Things didn't work out for him in Dallas, and I just hope that he can continue his career. He's got a little bit of competition up there in Seattle with that other back. But bottom line on Thursday is that we need to beat the crap out of them and hopefully not hurt him and let him get through the game without getting beat down.
Cowboys Atlanta 70, thank you for being on Cowboys Imperial Report.
Thank you.
All right, let's get to the headlines. Who's going to start in place of the injured Kyle Kosher? Well, certainly not Corey Proctor. Montre Holland might get the start this Thursday. According to Wade Phillips, he likes the kid. He likes him a lot, and it's just taken Holland, the former Denver Bronco, a pretty long time to get acclimated to the Cowboys system, and hopefully we see Holland because we're not seeing the good results in Corey Proctor. I have a college radio show, big deal. On that radio show yesterday, I came to the defense of Terrell Owens because I think he's getting mistreated by the stinking mediats. Go ahead and play it. I did not want him to be a Dallas Cowboy, but he is a Dallas Cowboy. He wears the blue star, and he has my support. Consequently, because he is a Cowboy, and because I have a monomaniacal obsession with the Dallas Cowboys, I follow everything that they do. I get every piece of information and dissect it and put it back together and formulate my own opinion. I'm not just a casual fan that gets my cues from ESPN sound bites. I watched every episode of Hard Knocks, the HBO documentary that went inside this year's Dallas Cowboys training camp. In that 5-part miniseries, they emphasized Terrell Owens' work ethic and even showed him helping out some of the rookies, the undrafted free agents who had as much a chance of making the team as I do of dating Heidi Klum. It was more evidence supporting the counterintuitive claim that Terrell Owens is a good teammate. Of course, counterintuitive because the media tells you so, you know. And everybody laughs and they snicker about T.O. crying over Romo last year after the playoff loss to the Giants. However, if you watch that entire interview, which is available on YouTube somewhere, you will witness firsthand what I'm talking about being a good teammate. Of course, it could be all an act, right? It's all an act because T.O. did it for the cameras because he loves me some me, right? Is that it? The way T.O. was treated this week by the media was distasteful. This double-talking, double-named mediate wrote an article Sunday before T.O.'s 200-yard, 7-catch, 1-touchdown performance that T.O. had lost a step, and it was time to quit forcing him the ball. It was replete with the typical lexicon that's used to describe T.O. Whining, complaining, etc. I'm glad T.O. took this media to task during his post-game press conference yesterday. It's about time T.O. got proactive with the media to paint him out to be the devil. Ed Weirder of ESPN has already joined T.O.'s blacklist. It's time to put that double-talking, double-named Metroplex media on that list as well. I say this because I love me some T.O. Oh, but it ain't over yet. They're still trying to make this thing a big deal. Calvin and Hobbs Watkins of the Dallas Morning News, he's been trying to milk that cow. He wrote an article here called T.O. versus Jason Garrett. Is there a disconnect between them? And he goes and he asks T.O., what's going on? Why is there a disconnect between you two? And then he ends the article here with, it's hard to believe that Garrett isn't thinking of getting Owens the ball on almost every possession. Duh? You mean, here's a great receiver, here's a Hall of Fame receiver, and he's a playmaker, and you're not going to try to get him the ball? That's what you should do. Not on every play, but on a significant number of plays, you should be utilizing your weapons. What are you going to do, go into war and not use your best guns? Are you people insane? I don't know what's going on here, but they're continuing it. Oh, and then Tim McMahon, he writes, T.O., I'm still not satisfied. That's an article here. And then he goes and quotes T.O., I'm still not satisfied. I think that I could have done more up until this point. I understand the situations that we've had in front of us. We've had a lot of injuries. We haven't been able to throw the ball as much as well without Tony in there. I understand the situation. For me, I'm just being patient and trying to take advantage of the opportunities when they do come my way. But I wonder what Satan said in that one. We'll have to go to the great mediates to get them to decode it, because after all, I mean, they learned it from childhood how to hoodwink the public, and then they go on and they get a microphone and a camera and they stick it in somebody's face, and then they're smarter than you and better than you, and you should listen to them for an opinion. That's the world we live in here. Because I could have done more, because I could have been doing it all year long. I'm not saying that in a negative way. For whatever reason, the opportunities didn't present themselves. Like I said, I know what I can do once I get the opportunities and I get catchable balls. Where's the harm in that? So can we get back to the Seahawks? Like we're talking about T.O. and everything else that they're trying to spin BS. You want to know what the cesspool of the Metroplex media is? It is the Dallas Morning News. Let's think about it. Ed Werder, Matt Mosley. Where did those two current journalists from BSPN come from? They came from the Dallas Morning News. Skip Bayless, Dallas Morning News. Can't you people put two and two together? No, you can't come up with four. Instead, what you come up with is Terrell Owens is a devil. We need to get rid of him. I wouldn't miss him 1 minute if he won a Cowboy. And we need to get rid of T.O. And Jerry Jones is the devil. And Jerry Jones likes to put his finger on every little thing. Well, I'm putting my finger on this. That is the stupidest opinion I have ever heard in the history of my life. Those opinions are so misinformed. It's embarrassing. It's damn embarrassing. Now, can we get back to the game? Jeez. I can't take it. I just get so sick of having to put up with this crap. I expect that from medians like Matt Mosley and Ed Weirdo and Skip Bayless. I expect hatred from the double-talking, double-named phony called Jean-Jacques Taylor. I expect that. But when Cowboys fans start dissing this team and start throwing players under the bus, I really start to lose it. I really do. It just gets me so angry. But back to the game. I predict that the Dallas Cowboys are gonna win this game to the score of 30-20. Cowboys, okay? God save the Cowboys and forgive them, for they know not what they do. They're not informed.